Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Dropsy. So I had to look up a walkthrough and it answered a couple of questions without me fully reading the whole thing and spoiling it with me. So one of the early mistakes that I've made here and just missed, and this has created a problem, is that I couldn't figure out the solution to this puzzle. Where this guy is sad, and because his wife died. Now, at the very beginning of the game, we picked up this. And visually, it just did not connect to me that this is a locket that somehow was in Dropsy's treasure chest at the very beginning of the game in his little shanty. This is a locket from them. So by giving this to him, he'll be happy and he'll like you, and then he'll stop kicking you out of his storefront. So now we can get that sweet hug we're looking for. Now, one thing about the walkthrough that did kind of spoil it for me is that there are 10 collectible fire hydrants type things that the dog is supposed to pee on, and then there's a whole large collection of hugs, but then they kind of ruin the logic of hugs in that hugging this is also a hug, and so there are inanimate objects that you would just never think about hugging that are also in the game. And then there's a large collection of these cassette tapes too, and collection of these pieces of the statue. So I just, having 3 separate collectible fields definitely feels like it is too much, and it is leaving you in a situation where you're unlikely to really children are hungry, this guy says, and he's sad. Alright, so here's the bandit. Are kids locked up behind this image, or is this just a library of books? I don't even know. But yeah, another problem certainly is that I just never came here at night, and because I never came here at night, I never even met this guy. So he wants the pearl necklace. That plus pearl necklace equals a game cartridge, which now we have a game cartridge. Meanwhile, I guess this guy is happy now and not saying anything else. So he's just like a shopkeeper slash thief. So yeah, you have every single scene here potentially giving you a different outcome based on the time of day. For instance, the lady here is missing, so I can now just grab the necessary garlic. Who wants a game cartridge? I don't know. But I do know the garlic goes here, so we'll just fast travel this way. And we'll go ahead and just get rid of items as quickly as we get them. So we're going to put the onions or the garlic in the soup. He's still not going to like the soup, I think. He's going to want bones. I think next. Soup was no good. Soup needs a bone. Okay. So I gotta figure out where the game cartridge goes, and I would assume that the game cartridge, well, we could go in here. Like, it's been a long time since we've been this way, so we should go back and check to see if we have some kind of like video game console. Plus we have another piece for the statue to get rid of. And that is just yet another collectible. Let's see, can the mouse actually run through here? Yes. There's the map where the dog is peed, although it doesn't really seem like it's actually getting updated. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a game console in here. You can see this wall is just really covered with pictures, and I pretty much would either have to use a text walkthrough or a pictorial walkthrough to make sure I've hugged every single place. Plus, at the end of the game, there's like 3 final hugs. And honestly, I'm just not 100% sure that any of the achievements in this game are unlocking. It doesn't really seem like they are. Let me click on that. Let's see. Yeah. It seems to me like not a single one has unlocked. And that does happen on a rare occasion, that you'll have a game where the achievements just don't unlock until you exit out of the app and relaunch it, but that's going to be weird, and it may just be straight up glitched. There are definitely story achievements. And so if I would have to play the whole game a second time to get the achievements, it wouldn't be worth it. Alright, so we now do have the interesting bodysuit. This with a bodysuit. Nope. Magician's suit. Do you have anything else that would... Like this one is supposed to make hair grow. Oh, check the pocket for a coin. Okay. See, if you don't get the little extra fanfare at the bottom of the screens, corners, then that means you've already hugged the guy. And I guess that's just an ashtray, and so they go outside to smoke. Who has a game console? Let's go ahead and talk to this guy. Yeah, unless we're supposed to show the like stolen goods of the game console to him as evidence. So he's now happy with us because we turned in the criminal. So let's get that hug. See if you get the little party hat fanfare. Well, I guess that means we don't have the game console anymore. Alright. So, like, the Dracula outfit probably isn't going to scare anybody outside of this area. This is definitely the area we're trying to focus on. And I don't know if this coin really is going to play any role. We'll just try the Dracula outfit on everybody. That didn't work. I assume this shop has just been shut down permanently now. Interesting. It was sleeping character now. Yeah, and unless I'm just supposed to put this on myself. That didn't do anything. I don't know what I did that would have potentially added a sleeping character here, but that does seem like that is the goal, is to add more sleeping characters. I just don't think this band really cares too much about the Dracula outfit. If anything, it's probably for the other character, the brother, to scare him. Yeah, there's a reaction there, but that's it. Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna probably have to use the walkthrough again, and this is the problem. Once you pull that trigger and start to use the walkthrough, you are gonna just kind of constantly end up using it more and more because your brain is just going to be out of the idea, out of the off track, I guess would be the best one to say. So, yeah, I would have never thought without a walkthrough that we were supposed to be hugging these obelisks, or at least one of them. But yeah, my brain is off track, so I'm not going to really succeed at thinking about any of these other things. This rat-based food. It's hungry, it wants a Twinkie. Is there any way we can give it a Twinkie? No. I don't think I can do that. Let's go up to this area. We haven't spent a lot of time here. Like, we don't have the game cartridge, so the one item we would have gotten that maybe would have been a solution to something was only really a solution to making the police officer happy. Doesn't seem like there's an opportunity to interact with that guy here. Yeah, and a lot of this does just seem like if you come to a place at a specific time, specifically the wrong time, you won't, there just won't be people there. Let's see, shiny coin with this. Shiny coin with this guy. Yeah, I would not have thought for a second that that would have been where I would have done that, but apparently the trick here is to play this and then what? That makes the fake alien show up. Ah, I get it. So then you come down this way. We're gonna go call out the real alien with the kazoo. Yeah, if we just continuously get lucky and figure this out without a walkthrough, I'd be very happy about that, but we are getting very much into what they call moon logic in point-and-click adventures, where it doesn't quite make as much sense as you would think it would. There you go. It's hungry. Well then, by all means, let's give it some food. Crystals. It doesn't eat anything else than that. Crystals. Where would we get crystals from? Using the little hammer? Maybe? Before we do that, let's just give them different types of food. So he wants the crystals. These look like crystals. So maybe we're supposed to take the tiny little hammer and mine out some crystals. Let's not fast travel, but blow the kazoo again. Well, that didn't do anything. Unless we're supposed to use the fishing rod with that. It does look high up, so it wouldn't make sense if the bird was supposed to reach that area, but it doesn't seem like he does anything either. We've long since lost the dog. Hug it. Yep, it was literally just another inanimate object to hug. Alright. Hug this one. So I have pretty much figured out that if you can't do anything with it and you get a prompt like you can do something with it, hug it. There's another fire hydrant. Hidden fire hydrant. Alright, so we need crystals. And I have no idea where we would get crystals. So yeah, unfortunately I think we are probably back to walkthrough at this point. Still not sure if there's supposed to be something there. Alright, well, let me look at the walkthrough some more and see if I can get a bit of a hint as to what I'm supposed to be doing. Let's see. Purple crystals. Where did we get the purple crystals? Well, you get the purple crystals after you get to the Hermit Island. Let's see. Ah, okay, I see. So the thing I am not getting is that the mechanic lady, or the mechanic guy over here, if I talk to him, will fix the motorcycle for us. One of these guys will. Yep. So I just needed to talk to her, and then she would say yes, and then that fixes the motor. We get a handshake, and that's a new hug. Alright. So this is like a band of 3 girls. That's the feminine signal. And so, because I didn't figure out that I needed to talk to somebody, that's why I wasn't making any progress. Inherently, since this is a game that has talk, hug, and give an item to, that triples the number of interactions, and it's a game that really implies that you wouldn't triple the interactions with characters, that you would just hug them or give an item to them, and that you really wouldn't have to talk to them. Most of the characters by default are just talking out loud to you anyways, telling you the solutions to puzzles, or at least the hints towards the solutions to the puzzles. So if I was QAing this game, and I would heavily recommend that they oh, this is a little creepy, but it's a humanoid, so let's hug it. Like, I would have heavily recommended getting rid of all the talking aspects and instead giving some kind of item, as far as a broken motor, to Dropsy, which that would have made a lot more sense if you broke the motor on the boat and then it just fell off and became an item that you picked up, and then you dragged that broken motor over to the lady with the wrench who was working on the car. So here we have the brother on the Hermit Island. Let's see. This music is getting really ridiculous as far as how much it overwhelms compared to the lack of sound effects. So here's a record. We can't reach it. Let's see if we can use the bird to reach it. Walk out my house. Kind of feels like the mouse could go up this chimney. So you've got a Jesus statue, maybe a Mary, a Jesus picture, maybe a Mary picture, and a brother picture. This guy's just kicking me out. And he just has like a shower here, an open shower, no refrigerator, no bed, oddly. Do we have a tape here that sounds like a vampire? I think we're gonna just have to play them all and see if any of them trigger anything once again. The good news is this doesn't take that long, but it does take long enough. Long enough to be annoying. I don't really hate any of the songs on any of these cassettes, but I definitely don't like any of them. The Teddy Bear song is about the closest one that I would say I would like. This one. Just because it's not particularly aggressive. And I would say most point-and-click adventure games need kind of calming sound of musics and background music. If you're going to have any background music at all, arguably voice acting would definitely have been way more valuable. We already tried that one. Than this background music. Way more useful. So we've like tried every tape. Alright. Let's go with the hug first. Nope. Go with talking second. He hates Draculas. Alright, well then let's see what he does when I do this. He decides I'm not a Dracula. Leave his house. Okay. So we've got to convince him we're a Dracula first, which almost certainly has to do with just like breaking this and then coming out here. And then so he's scared to start with, and then we'll Dracula him. I guess I could have been saying vampire this whole time instead of Dracula. Although, pretty obviously he is dressing up in a Dracula costume, not just a generic vampire costume. Alright, so we got that record. Let's see if we can take our pictures and put them together. So now we have both pictures. Seems just extra to do that. You can't grab any of the garlic here. We have yet another cassette tape. Interesting. That doesn't seem like it. Yeah. So now he's hiding here, afraid of vampires. What we came here for, though, was the stick. So where is the stick? Like, we've cleared off this thing. We're on the Hermit Island. I guess I'm gonna have to just assume that the move is to leave this way and that we have just gotten the thing we needed. At least that's gonna be my hope. We can, I guess, fast travel to this place if necessary later. Noticeably, this is not skippable. Okay. Well, we know the guy here wants a record. So we'll give the record to this guy. This is probably going to just make him happy with us. I guess maybe this is a rare and expensive record, who knows. We get another guy happy. Let's see if we can give this photo to this guy and see if this works. So his missing brother, he's telling you, take me to where my missing brother is. And so now we're off walking to Hermit Island. So that was kind of good puzzle design in that the guy who wanted both the record and the missing brother were on the same screen. So they can reconcile. And so now he's going to give me the other thing. The other lever to open the bunker. We get yet another hug. Really collecting those hugs. Right. This definitely is one of these games where it is more open-ended than a walkthrough might imply, because there definitely is a more perfect way I could have been playing this game. Just getting the solutions back to back and speed running it. Although speed running a point and click adventure game is basically cheating in a point and click adventure game, the first playthrough for your average player almost certainly is going to be much more in line with the experience that I've had so far, which is just a lot of wandering around and being confused. Yeah, the fast travel system obviously is showing that it needs to exist as in the way that this game is designed, but what they basically did was put a band-aid over a much bigger problem, in that the game itself is just not designed well. So it's taken us hours and hours to get to this point to save our dog friend. Let's see. Clock in, clock out. We probably aren't that far away from actually finishing the game itself, because it really can't be that much more. Let's see. Yeah, as we look at it, there's really just this area and then some unresolved stuff around here and here. But I do think most of this stuff is done for. Alright. So we need to send a mouse through this little tiny pathway. Oh, and this is a little maze, which is an interesting idea, but not something that I think I particularly would want to see in a point and click adventure game unless they were going to actually try and break up the experience more often than they have with side mini games and puzzles and mazes. Now we found another page. Which that is gonna just lead towards, I imagine. Do we have the page in the inventory, or did that just screw us over? Nope, we did keep the page. It's difficult to control the path and the choice by far. Okay, so we needed to have chewed that first. And then it seems to me like I have to fly up through this vent. Which means probably Dropsy has to open the vent. Which means maybe we need an item. Oh no, there's a whole mouse path to opening the vent too, isn't there? So this is all about just really having the mouse go everywhere. So perhaps in getting the dog back, we are saying au revoir. Oh man, I mispronounced that. We're saying goodbye to using the chicken or the mouse that much. Yeah, we've got another piece. I think there's like 6 of those, and we found 4 now. This is gonna be a nightmare. Now in this bigger, wider area. But I do think I'm gonna have to basically retrace the steps. With the mouse, yep. Let's see if I missed anything else. I probably didn't. And so in these wider sections, that's where the chicken can fly, but the chicken can't fly in the other sections. That was a lot of work, and arguably this door should have been locked, and this door should just be that door, and it should just be directly connected instead of it being separated out that way. Alright, well, let's see if our security card works on this. Nope. Are we supposed to just take our hammer and put it here? Like, we kind of don't have anything else. Like plugging in this laser back and using the laser after the cord has been unplugged. Yeah, he just doesn't know how to use the laser. And the fishing rod is what we need. Don't know how to open the door. So what else is there to interact with? We can leave this area, yes, but where would I go? What would I be looking for as far as an item? Well, before I jump back to the walkthrough, let me very quickly just make sure that the mouse isn't supposed to like re-plug in. No, that is not my intention. Let me just make sure that the mouse isn't supposed to re-plug in this item. Yeah. Or just make sure that the bird isn't supposed to interact with this item. Or this item. Alright, well, then the question is, how do you get inside the cave? Use the alien whistle to summon the purple creature and give him, well, nope, that's not what we do here. We're not in the cave, we're in the mine. Key card on the wall panel to open the door and pass through. We are supposed to have all of the pages of the book. Let's see. By the time we're done with this mine area. But yeah, the walkthrough is saying, like, on the back of this conveyor belt is supposed to be a cassette. I don't see that at all, unless I already grabbed it and just totally blanked out on that. And it's saying that this should have worked here. And yet it didn't. So there is something I've missed. Just doing a little pixel hunting just to see. I don't see a pixel, I don't see a key card over here. I don't see a key card over here. Alright, well. I don't even know if it's worth it to walk 2 screens. Okay. Like we already talked to that guy. There's these purple crystals I wanted to grab. Yeah, the walkthrough seems to imply I should be able to grab these crystals. But I may have missed the opportunity to do that. And then I should be able to feed the crystals to the so you head into the mine. Return to the storefront and look at the activists table. It's a couple purple crystals. Activist doesn't mind now that you're friends. Now let's go to the cave in the forest. A lot of these, like, decorations, these descriptions are really weird. Like, just not as helpful as they would be. So there are crystals here. I almost certainly would never find them. This is another great example of there being a gameplay mechanic in that you zoom in for not a good reason. Like had everything not been zoomed in and just visible to begin with, that would have solved that problem very quickly. I guess I just use this on Dropsy. I guess they're putting the cassettes at the end because they're not typically important character items. So you feed him the crystals, he poops out the rings. We are now friends, so let's go in for the hug. Take the rings. And let's see if we can fast travel from this area. No, we can't. So, unless this solves our keycard issue, I'm going to be confused. This obviously is something we were supposed to do, is to give the glowing rings to this guy, make him happy. It's funny they have two different symbols for giving to me versus me giving to you. Let's see. I don't know if there's more of a hint there. So yeah, well, that did let us give the green rings. That didn't get us the key card. So to get the key card, it's something that I've missed a long time ago. Or the game is glitched. Let's see. I'm at part 4 of this walkthrough now, and I'm scrolling back to part 3 and not seeing a mention of a key card. Mine entrance. Pagan pendant. Skeletal hand itself. Yeah, it's not in part 3 that a key card is mentioned. It's not even in part 2. Interesting. It's not in part 1. So color me incredibly confused here, as I'm already cheating, already looking at a walkthrough for the solution, and the solution is still evading me, when more than likely it is just really simplistic. The solution is more than likely extremely simplistic, and I'm just not figuring it out. Like, everything tells me that this is more than likely we have a skeletal hand here. Maybe that's what we needed. Maybe that was a hand scanner. There's also a bone up here. So I just didn't do a thorough enough job of this area. So that means we can make the soup now. Still don't see a cassette tape on this conveyor belt. We have another inanimate object that we are supposed to hug. And let's try to end this episode, since it's going long, on victory. Yeah, just clicking on it does nothing. Using the skeletal hand on it does nothing. You don't combine items. That should be opening the door. And yet it isn't. So I'm going to have to more thoroughly read the walkthrough and possibly just look up a different walkthrough or a different or video version of the walkthrough, because that should be working. That really should be working. As far as other puzzles go, I'm not sure that there's much more left to do here. We do know there's that one lady that wants marijuana. And then there are people who want money, although some of those people seem to have already gotten money. We do kind of know that there's a key card inside this facility, so maybe that's the golden key card on the desk of the drug guy. So maybe I missed that step. Of course, the game's not really giving me a hint on that. There's still a tree which we've done nothing with. We're still, in the long run, trying to save our father. We've done nothing with the hospital. We kind of did stuff with the cave and the aliens. I think there's a little bit more to do with the aliens. Obviously, we could turn in the soup, and maybe that would get us something. I doubt that there's much left or anything left on the Hermit Island. I wouldn't be surprised if there's nothing left here. So it does really feel like you just have this section as your final section and a couple more things, and then we are done with this game. Unfortunately, I would say at this point, though, I would have liked for it to have been done with the game an hour or two ago. You're missing major aspects to what I like about point-and-click adventure games in this, in the fact that since this is a weird story about a mentally and physically disabled character, he's not really going on much of an adventure. It's very like cartoony, kid-friendly, like pre-K type of adventure and type of story, with just way too mature puzzles and way too mature of content and to actually be a kid-friendly game. So it is in this weird situation where it basically has no audience at all, I can't see most point-and-click adventure fans liking this game. I can't see little kids liking this game. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and give me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.